Hey, friends, I just want to make sure you feel good and confident about your interview with an elder over the break. So, just like in the book we read, My Two Grannies, you're going to interview someone in your family. Now, it might be a granny or a grandma or a nana or an abuela, might be a grandpa, might be someone else in your family. But we're trying to get information from someone who is older than you, who would be able to tell you something about how technologies have changed over time. And it doesn't have to be computer technology. It might be uh, you might be thinking about Snowflake Bentley, how we saw the camera. Snowflake Bentley was put together a camera made out of a camera and a microscope, and the camera was this huge box, and Wilson Bentley had to kind of put it together to make a camera. This is a picture of what a camera was like when cameras were first invented, and cameras have changed over time. Now there's cameras on phones. Speaking of phones, that's called communication technology. Phones used to be attached to the wall. There used to be, this is an operator. Operators used to have to connect phone lines, and people would call the operator to get connected to who they were trying to call. The first mobile phones, the first cordless phones, were great big phones that were hard to carry around, and not very many people could have them. Now it seems like almost everybody that I see seems to have a cell phone. I know my daughters sure want one. And you can play music on your phone. Here are some music playing technologies, some entertainment technology. Here's what some of the first technologies looked like for playing music. Then there was record players. When I was a kid, we played records. Whenever we talk about record breaking temperatures, and I say not a record like you play, most of you probably maybe have never seen a record. So you might be asking the person, what kind of technologies have they seen changing? Maybe it's going to be technology that they've seen changing and how we listen to music. This kind of technology, we changed from records to cassette tapes to CDs to now we listen to music all digitally. So you're going to ask about how they've seen that technology change. Maybe transportation technology. Have they seen what kind of transportation technology changes have they seen in their life? And do they have any pictures to show those changes? When we come back in 2021, we're going to be celebrating Week of Code. We're going to be learning about some of the very first computers and some of the very first people who did computer programming, coding. We're going to learn about Ada Lovelace. Some people call her the very first computer programmer. We're going to learn about some other computer programmers and thinkers like Katherine Johnson and some of the other hidden figures, or people that were in the movie called Hidden Figures, or the book. And Margaret Sullivan, who was also a computer programmer back in the time when computers were giant, took up a whole room. Maybe the person you're interviewing remembers their first computer or their first video game. Ask them about computer technology. How have they seen that change? You're also going to ask them what they remember about when they were in first grade. And so your job is to be the listener. Help that person feel comfortable. Ask them the questions and be a good listener. You do not have to do the writing. The grown-up can do the writing, but you need to make sure you're doing the listening, asking the questions, and really showing respect and good listening to the person. Also, sometimes people might not think technology doesn't apply to them, but you could ask them even about things they know about and use the most, like how has technology in an area they know about changed? If there's someone who does a lot of cooking, has technology changed for them in cooking? This is a picture of one of the first microwaves, and I remember when my family got a microwave, when microwaves first became something that a lot of people could have and afford, and what a big deal that was. So your job is to really help your person you're interviewing feel comfortable and get as much information as you can.